Hey friends! Welcome back, Griffins, to the Griffin's Nest. This is Miss Mithrow coming back at you with a very important topic today. As I mentioned on Monday, we are going to be talking about the importance of creativity in gameplay. One of the most important things about being a gamer is not just about the fancy bling and showing off your neat gamer jewelry or anything, or even bragging about your high score at the latest video game, or showing off your stellar and unbeatable moves at soccer. There's a lot more to it than that. And one of the best ways to make and keep a friend is being willing to share the activity. And that's what we're going to talk about today. I think I brought this up once before. There was a friend that made this ring for me because they asked me what are 2 or 3 of your favorite colors. I chose black, white, and orange. And black is not my most favorite color, but I like that color combination because it reminds me of one of my favorite, what's called a Pokemon. So every time I look at it, I think about that moment we shared when they asked me, what are the 3 colors you pick? And I told them, and then I explained why. I told them why I liked those 3 colors. And that inspired them to make this for me. So it's something that gives me a moment just to be happy and think about them. I don't get to see them all that much anymore, but I still think about that time. And that's another good way of sharing things, sharing memories of people. So that way, if they end up going away for a long time or a really long time, then we still have that memory of them. Those are priceless. No one can ever take those away from you. And I think today we're gonna what's this? Did I hear you say something about soccer? I sure did. Hi, Griffins. How's it going? So, yeah, we were talking a little bit just about soccer. We were talking about sharing. That's our subject today. Oh, sharing! Oh, I thought you said shearing. I was like, oh no, is she gonna shave me? Oh, no one's gonna shear you, I promise. Good. Because I think I'm staying nice and warm being this fluffy. No, sharing. Oh, yeah. Sharing is very important. Like, as an antibody, if I didn't share the work, I couldn't help my fellow antibodies keep you safe. It's very important to be able to work with people together, you know? Absolutely. So, what's the book today? Is it going to be about sharing? Yeah. Oh, wait. Before you share with them, can I tell a couple jokes? I would like to share a joke with you. Sharing jokes is very nice. Tell us your joke. Okay. Get ready. Get ready for this, friends. Alright. Why is Cinderella not very good at soccer? I didn't know Cinderella played soccer. Don't ruin the joke. Why isn't Cinderella ever good at soccer? I don't know. Why isn't she very good at soccer? Because she's always running away from the ball. Oh my gosh, that's kind of funny. There's no doubt about it. All right. I got one more. Then we're gonna get started with the story. Yeah, just one more. Okay, ready? Why did the dinosaur cross the road? Why did the dinosaur cross the road? Because there were no chickens yet. Pretty funny, huh? Because, dinosaurs and usually the chickens run the road and, they weren't around back then. I thought the historical version of chickens were dodos. That's a common misconception. Trust me, I was there. Well, then what are they? They're just dodos. Jeez. Well, I gotta analyze everything. Alright, well, speaking of dinosaurs, that's actually what part of our book is about. Oh, it's got dinosaurs in it! Yeah. A bunch of children that actually are dinosaurs. And one of them has a hard time sharing. Oh, no! Do you hear that, kids? Well, of course you did. She's got a big old mic right there. Alright, I'm gonna get me a front row seat. Alright, ready? Auntie. Yeah. You know you gotta scoot back, sweetie. Alright. Yes, today's book is about dinosaurs and the importance of sharing. See, as big and ferocious as dinosaurs are, it's still important for them to share. Or it was, anyway. They don't exist anymore. They're only in our stories. Today we're going to talk about the Minosaur. See this dinosaur right here? At first, he's thinking that he's got to keep all of his toys so he can make the best things out of them and play. Alright, so this is the Minosaur by Sudpita Bardan Qualin and illustrated by David Clark. Now remember the difference between who wrote it and who drew it, right? The author writes the words. The illustrator draws the pictures. Very good. To Mommy and Daddy, who tried to teach me how to share. To Michael. Dedication pages are a great way to illustrate sharing, because they're sharing this idea of the book. So every time these people open up the book, they know that it was made especially with them in mind. Again, another way to share a great memory. One morning, before Mrs. Raptor rang the bell, the dinosaurs were playing in the schoolyard. All of a sudden they heard a roar. Mine! 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 Oh no, muttered Stegosaurus. Here comes the Minosaur. Oh, what a reputation he has, huh? He snatched the jump rope and the ball. He threw the cars against the wall. And then he roared to one and all, Mine! 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 Iguanodon said, That's not fair. Triceratops said, You should share. But the Minosaur yelled, I don't care. They're mine! 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 Right then the bell rang. The Minosaur hugged the toys and sighed. All mine. You're late, Mrs. Raptor said when the Minosaur figure finally came into class. Now you have to paint your project during snack time. Oh, so the Minosaur ended up spending so much time by himself with his toys, he missed craft time. But he's got to do it now during snack time. Oh, that'd make me a little grouchy, because I like eating when it's snack time. By the time the Minosaur finished, snack time was in full swing. The Minosaur rushed on ahead. He snatched the cones and strudel bread. He bit the butter tarts and said, Mine! 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 Oh my goodness. Is this the way we act at school? No, absolutely not. Is this the way we treat our friends? No, the Minosaur's got lots to learn, doesn't he? That's our food, yelled the Patasaur. No, it's not, cried Minosaur. And soon they were having a tug-of-war, and he wailed, Mine! What happened? They went flying! Uh-oh. Then could anybody eat that after that? No, because they fell on the what? On the floor. Yeah, we can't eat anything once it's fallen on the floor. A lot of germs. The rest of the class can go outside for recess, Mrs. Raptor said. You will stay here until you clean up this mess. The Minosaur scowled a bit into a scone. At least the food's all mine, he grumbled. But the feast wasn't as much fun. when it was made just for one. Well, we shouldn't eat off the floor, but maybe dinosaurs didn't have that trouble. At recess, the Minosaur saw the other dinos having fun building a tower. His arms were flailing all around. The tower tumbled to the ground. He grabbed a bunch of blocks and frowned. "They're mine! Mine! Mine!" Goodness, look how much fun they were having. Look at that teamwork they were using to build that nice tower. And then what happened? That's right. Minosaur did knock him down. Just went all ham on those colorful blocks, huh? "How could you?" yelled Iguanodon. "It's a wreck now," said Pterodon. The Minosaur said, "Oh, come on, these blocks are mine!" The dinosaurs rolled their eyes. Finally, Triceratops said, "Let's go, guys." So Triceratops said, "You know what? I've had enough. And I think my friends have too. We're going to see if we can share space somewhere else." "I don't need them anyway," said the Minosaur. "I'll build a better tower by myself. Look at this," he shouted. "The biggest tower ever!" But there was no dino around to hear. That is pretty amazing, isn't it? Wow, he built those towers so tall, they went up right past the clouds. And look how happy he looks, and how proud of himself. What great talent for a little dinosaur to have. That is, until he realized just how alone he was. At the end of the schoolyard, the rest of the dinos were laughing and playing. They didn't seem to miss the Minosaur at all. The Minosaurs began to shake. "There's nothing left for me to take! No toys at all, for goodness sake!" And they don't care. Yeah, it looks like the other dinosaurs are having fun. But is the Minosaur having fun? No, not so much. Now, I think there are two ways that the Minosaur can take this. He can either stomp around and throw another tantrum, maybe hit or hurt his friends, take their toys, and run across the playground. Is there a better way, though? What do you think he's going to do? Let's turn the page and find out. The Minosaur wanted to laugh and play too, so he gathered up the stuff that was his and headed towards the dinos. The Minosaur asked, "Want some snacks?" The other dinos turned their backs. "I've brought the blocks for us to stack." "Come on, let's share." Well, look at that. He's reaching out. Let's see how they respond. The Minosaur tried saying, "Please, I brought some toys. I'll give you these." The dinos stared down at their knees. They just didn't care. "Okay then," said the Minosaur. He put all the stuff down. "You guys should play." Well, now the Minosaur is walking away. He left the toys too. After they ignored him, how'd that make him feel? Let's see if we can take a closer look. How is he feeling? Sad. That's right. The dinos looked at each other. "Isn't this your stuff?" asked Stegosaurus. The Minosaur shook his head. "I shouldn't have taken it." The Minosaur was still walking when he heard the dinos shout, "Wait!" They said, "We want to play with you," said Minosaur. "You really do?" The dinos nodded. "Yes, it's true. If you share, it's fine." The Minosaur yelled, "It's a deal! I have the thing I want!" he squealed. "You don't know how this makes me feel. My friends, you're mine!" Oh, there he goes again, going on about how things are his. Mine, all mine. But this time, it's okay, because he's just saying that the friends are mine. And how does that make him feel? Mine, mine, mine. Believe it or not, sometimes even grown-ups have a difficult time sharing. They might have some things that they're not quite used to sharing. It never really occurs to them. But then, once a friend comes in and shows them that they're interested in that too, they might think to themselves, well, I have been playing with this for an awful long time. Perhaps it's time to share in the fun. I'll tell you one thing, one of my quick stories. I had to be a student first before I became a teacher. And I was going to a grown-up school called a college. And in college, I met one girl that I didn't know if we were going to be friends right away. We were so different from each other. Well, we liked some of the same things, but different things of those same things. But she started sharing some of her ideas with me, and I started sharing some of my ideas with her. We found just how creative we were as people in the things that we were interested in and as teachers. This was about 13 years ago. A long time ago, really. But to this day, she is still my very best friend. If she were here today, her alias would be Dragon Princess. She likes dragons a lot. But we've had our differences. Sometimes we didn't always agree on the same things. So what makes a really good friend is when you're able to share the good times and the memories and your toys, your time, and your laughter. But what really makes the best friend of all is being able to share the hard times and still knowing that they'll be there for you no matter what afterwards, loving you just the same. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to have a princess memory game set up. Auntie Ebo and I are going to go out and see who gets the most matches. If you'd like to watch, feel free to get closer to the TV and try to decide which ones you'd want to pick and see if they're the same. If you've never played a matching game before, that's okay. I'm going to share the rules with you. It's very simple and very fun. Who knows? Maybe you can find something in your house to turn into a memory game as well and share with your family. See you soon, okay? Welcome one and all to the Royal Flower Princesses matching game. Princesses matching Etsy game. That's funny, cause earlier I was telling a joke about a princess. Yes, yes, dear Auntie. And you are my royal guest. Are you pretending to be some sort of fancy-pantsy princess? No, I'm pretending to be some fancy-pantsy person with an accent, pretending to be a fancy-pantsy princess. Well, fair enough. Did you guys like my accent? Alright, so of course you can hear Miss Mithril's voice and mine, Angie Bowes. Yep. So, this is what a matching game looks like. Usually, people are standing on one side of the table, maybe on this side, or the other side, over here, depending on which way that they can see the pictures. In this case, the pictures are going to be facing this way. Yeah, I can't wait to see what kind of pictures we got there. Actually, between you and me, I kind of peeked. Surely you didn't peek when I was setting up the game. Surely not. Kiki. Alright. So, before any game, to help you keep score, you can always make something like this. As you can see, my name, Mithril, is on one side. And on the other side is Auntie's name. See? M-Y-T-H-R-I-L. Auntie. A-N-T-I. That's a nice spelling. Thank you very much. What I'm going to do is put a little tally mark every time we get a pair. And a pair of something is when we have two things that look exactly the same. I can't wait to get started. I can't wait. Alright, don't get so close or you'll be tempted to eat it. Yuck. Alright, so who wants to go first? I do. I'm gonna go first. Okay, so I just pick any two I want, right? Yep, any two you want. Alright. Okay, apparently I'm good at pointing, but not so good at picking up. Can I get some help? Absolutely. This one? Yes. What is that a picture of? Let's show our viewers. It's a pretty picture of a palace. Alright. So we have a palace. Now you want to see if you can find the other palace. Let me take a look-see here. Well, I guess I'm gonna pick this one. That one right next to it? Yeah. Oh, look at that. Is it the same as what we just looked at? Yes. Oh, congratulations to me! Auntie has gotten the first point. So, put that down. Put a little mark. One mark for me. Alright, now it's Miss Mithril's turn. I think I'll pick this one. This is Princess Petunia. What a beautiful purple dress she's got there. Yep. As a matter of fact, each of these princesses have the colors and a dress that looks a lot like their flower name. Are you for real? So we're going to see some of the flowers like we saw last week in the picture show? Yep. Here's Princess Petunia. Let's see if I'm lucky in finding the second one. I'm going to pick this one. Now remember, the rules are I can only pick two. Oh, I found a princess. But is it the same one as Princess Petunia? No. This one says Princess Marigold. I bet that's your favorite, Miss Mithril. Absolutely. I really do like orange. But believe it or not, marigold is not my favorite flower. It's not? What's your favorite flower? I will share that fact with you. My favorite is actually the chrysanthemum. I like the way it smells. They're so fluffy, like me! Yeah, you can't really touch them too much without hurting them, but I like the way they look just the same. So, since they did not match, I turn them back over. It's now Auntie's turn to try. Okay. But now I know for sure what two of them are. That was Princess Petunia, and this one over here is Princess Magnolia. Marigold. That's right, Marigold. I said that. Yes, you did right now. Absolutely. You can pick from any of these pieces. Try to keep in mind what's what. Gotta think with my brain here. That's why it's called memory. Absolutely right. This one. Alright, let's see if it's same as either of those. It's a flower pot, and it says lilac. Oh, that's not a princess. Nope. So, which one are you going to pick next? I think, I'm going to try this one right here. The one closest to you. Oh, look at that! It's Princess Marigold! Oh, I just gotta, what? Don't turn the other over. Why not? Because you've already got two of them turned over. And that's the rule, no more than two at one time. Oh yeah, I forgot. Thank you for reminding me, Miss Mithril. Absolutely. So we're gonna turn back over? Yeah. There goes the lilac. There's Princess Marigold, but now Miss Mithril knows where Princess Marigold is. That's right, she was right there. Oh, excellent work, Miss Mithril. And now Miss Mithril has a point. Gonna mark it right there under Auntie, under Mithril. Yeah, that's what I meant, Mithril. We both have 1 point, see? 1, 2. Alright, Auntie, I believe it's your turn now. Alright, so, let's see. Princess Petunia was over there, right? What do you think, friends? Do you remember where Princess Petunia was? Yeah. Okay, me too. Let's go with that one. Yeah, there's Princess Petunia. Alright. I'm sorry, I'm getting ahead of myself. Yeah, it's my turn. I was about to say it's my turn. That one. Alright. Oh, look at that! Lucky me! But they were next to each other this time. That's right. Yeah, we got 1, 2 Princess Petunias. They are the same. Yep. So does that mean 1 more point for Auntie? Yes, 1 more point for Auntie. I'm in the lead right now. See how we're keeping score? Alright. So Miss Mithril, it's your turn now. Thank you for reminding me. Uh-oh. I need to move the camera just a smidgen. I'm going to pick this one, way up in the left-hand corner. Princess Rose. Whoa, look at the detail on that dress. Absolutely. Which one are you going to pick next? This one. It says Princess Poppy and Prince Pip. His name is Pip. Pip, 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 Pip. Pip, 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 Pip. Pip, 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 Pip. Are they the same or are they different, friends? That's right, they're different, so I did not win anything this turn. Alright, but I'm going to try to remember. Okay, there was Princess Rose right up there, and Prince Pip, and Princess Poppy. You're having fun with that name, Pip, aren't you? Pip, 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 Pip. How about we go with this one right here? Oh, that's Princess Lily. Whoa! Look at that gorgeous dress. You know what? Let's go opposing to what you did before, Miss Mithril. Let's get you right up here. Okay. Oh, there's Prince Pip and Princess Poppy. But they're not the same, so I don't win this time. No? Good try, though. Do you remember what the prince and the princess were? I believe they were right here, right? I don't know, Miss Mithril. Are you sure? Are you trying to psych me out? I'm trying to psych her out. She didn't catch my bluff. Alright, so there's Prince Pip, and Princess Poppy. And here's Prince Poppy again. Another point for Miss Mithril. Absolutely. And another thing to keep in mind, friends, when you're playing a memory game, be very careful of the board. You want to try not to move the table around, otherwise the pieces will move around. Then it'll be hard for anybody to remember what's what. So now we both have 2 points. Yep, absolutely. Alright, so it's your turn again. Let me see. I think I'm going to go with this one right here. Alright. Princess Lily! There you are. Where you been? You must have been in the closet dressing up as a superhero. What are you talking about, Auntie? I don't know. Do you remember where she is? Right there. That's right, that's right, that's right. And that's another point for Auntie. What's the score now? Mithril has 2 points. Auntie has 3. So far, I'm winning? Yep. Your turn, Miss Mithril. Good luck. Thank you, Auntie. You've got such good sportsmanship. That's the royal kitty cat. Can we show our friends? Absolutely. Look at that, friends. A kitty cat. He looks like Maelstrom. Yeah, he does kind of look like Maelstrom. It says royal cat. He sure does look pretty royal. Like a royal pain in the tail. Aw, cats are pains. Just most. Are they the same or are they different? They're different. This is definitely a flower and that's definitely a cat. Where do you think the other cat or the other lilac are? Let's go with this one. There's the kitty! Right here? Yeah, match, a match, a match, a match. There's only 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 cards left. So that means there's only 2 matches left. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and take my turn. The lilac. I'm gonna say it's right here. Ah! Good guess, Miss Mithril. I was chattering my teeth. But you don't have any teeth. Exactly, I chattered them so hard they're gone. That means another point for Miss Mithril. That's right. So that puts the score at 3 and 4. So that means I'm still winning? Yes, it does. So there's only 2 pieces left. I guess it's pretty obvious which ones I get. Congratulations, you win. You got both Princess Roses. Awesome! Watch one way that we can keep tally of the scores. Oh my goodness, that's so cool! You ready? You're gonna put another dash right there, and it's gonna be 5 dashes, right? Not exactly. Watch this. Oh. This isn't exactly a rule, but more like a practice that a lot of people do. When they make 4 marks, they make 4 straight lines, like this, and then the 5th one goes across. That way, when someone looks at it, they can instantly count it as 5. As a matter of fact, if we did that 2 more times, guess what? We could count really high, really fast. By our 5s. 5, 10, 15. Can you count by your 5s? It's a very, very big trick. Alright, so we're going to clean it up real quick. And I hope you enjoyed that demonstration of the game. Friends, hold tight. We'll be right back and we'll get ready for our folk tale. So go get your friends. Cuddle up with your favorite animal. Or your stuffed animal if you got one. I'll see you in just a minute. What a big day we had about sharing, huh? Did you have a favorite part today? If you really enjoyed the part about the dinosaurs, why not raise your hands up in the air? Let me see them. Go roar! Give a big dinosaur cheer if you like the dinosaur part the best. Roar! Look at your neighbor. Give him a roar. Roar! If you like the princess part the best, say princess time. Princess time. Look at your friend, say princess time. I had a lot of fun pretending today. But what really brought it all together was that we took the different subjects of dinosaur and princess and we shared them together to make this awesome episode. Alright, it is time for our folktale. Oh, uh-oh. Alright, that's enough of the epic music. Today's story is called Pin and the Four Foolish Ministers. The way that title starts off gives me the impression that this person's name is Pin. So it's not like a writing pen, although it's spelled the same way. P-E-N. But let's see what Pin has to do with four foolish ministers. At the time when the Khmers ruled northeastern Thailand, there was a prince of the province of Songkhorn called Warada. He was wise and powerful, but above all he knew, and he was known far and wide for his allegiance to the teachings of the Buddha. Warata abhorred fighting of any kind, and following the principles of his faith, he was opposed to war. Often he would tell his people, "The Buddha teaches us not to do evil. He teaches us not to follow the ways of most of the people in this world, but to consider the right thing and to do only that." Because of his devout faith in the Buddha, Warata decided that it was wrong for him to have armies. One day he called his four ministers to his palace and said to them, "You are all aware of my beliefs. You know that I am opposed to war. Because fighting is evil, I have decided to disband my armies." When his four ministers heard this, they were dumbfounded. Finally one of them said, Wincook asked the prince, "But how will we protect ourselves from our enemies?" "Wincook, can you tell me who our enemies are?" said Warata. Wincook stopped from this reply, for Warata had no enemies. He was loved by all the people and by all the neighboring rulers. But a second minister, Bang, said, "It is a noble idea to disband our armies, my prince. But what would our soldiers do?" "Bang," Warata replied, "I have thought about that also. It is a burden to our people to have armies. The farmers must work harder to raise food for the soldiers. If there were no soldiers, those men could work in the fields and share the labor." Then a third minister spoke. "My prince, I am not sure it will work. Our soldiers are not used to farming." "It will not take long to learn, and I believe they will be happier on the farm, working for themselves." Finally, Warata tired of arguing with his ministers, so he said, "I have nothing else to add. You are to go to your people and tell them of this new law immediately." Warata's stubborn ministers were only one of his problems. Another was his daughter, Pin. Warata knew that many young men wanted to marry Pin, for she was one of the most beautiful women in the land. According to the tradition, it was Warata's duty to select a husband for his daughter, but Warata was not certain whom he should choose. There were many young men who might seem to some people to be very fine, but Warata was not satisfied with any of them. Young men liked to fight and prove how brave they were. Pin's husband must be a man who believed the teachings that Warata believed. Pin and her father agreed that they must ask the Buddha to help them in their search. In the meantime, Warata's 4 ministers had left the palace and gone to a nearby restaurant. At first, they were very angry with their prince. But as they ate and drank more and more, they forgot their anger with Warata and began to think about his daughter, Pin. Garn began discussion by saying, "I am sure Warata will allow me to marry Pin, for I am the best man here." "But I am more handsome," Bang insisted. "And I am richer," Wingcook added. "But," said Bulampu, "my family is more important than any of yours." "Perhaps, but I'm more polite." "Yes, but your feet are too big." "You should talk. Your nose is too long." "And I am stronger than any of you." "I don't believe that, Bulampu," Garn replied. "You should talk. You couldn't scare a dog." Finally, just as the 4 ministers were about to begin fighting, Wingcook said, "Stop it! We are ministers of the prince. We must act like gentlemen. We are all being very foolish. There is one thing which we must agree upon. Only one of us can marry Pin. We will have to find a way of deciding amongst ourselves who that man will be." "I know," said Garn. "Let us return to our 4 separate towns. Each of us will train his own army for 1 month. Then we will return to Songkhorn. The man whose army can defeat all the rest will marry Pin." "But what if Warata doesn't agree?" Wangcook asked. "What can he do? Does he have an army?" "Then it is agreed. In 1 month we will all meet here again." Before the end of the week, Warata knew of the plans of his ministers. He was, quite naturally, very upset. Not knowing how to stop these foolish men, Warata called his daughter to him and told her everything. When she had heard what the men were doing, Pin said, "Father, there's a little we can do to stop these men. If we sent messengers telling them to stop, they would laugh at us. But there must be some way that we can tell them." "If only they knew how much I dislike fighting," Warata said, "then perhaps they would not do this." "Father, I have an idea. We must do something to show them that even at a time like this, we are strong in our faith. Perhaps one example will shame them into sending their armies home. Let's build a pagoda in honor of Buddha." Warata did not understand how this would solve the problem, but he had no better idea. So he ordered his servants to follow the instructions of his daughter completely as they built their pagoda. As the days passed, Warata regularly received reports about the activities of his ministers, as well as the report concerning the progress of the pagoda. He was amazed that a pagoda of stone 30 feet tall could be built in only 3 weeks. But by the time his ministers were approaching Songkhorn, it was finished. Before the armies were in sight, Warata called Pin to him and said, "Well, Pin, I am afraid your idea has not worked. I am sure my ministers have heard about the pagoda, and yet they are coming here with their armies. What should we do now?" Pin looked at her father and then said, "There is only one more thing to do. I do not tell you this of the last part of my plan. As you may have noticed, the pagoda is hollow inside. Except for the door at the base, there are no openings in it." Warata had noticed this, and at that time he had said nothing because Pin was in charge of building the pagoda. Pagoda. Excuse me, friends. Miss Mithrill's pronouncing it wrong. It's pagoda. It's a type of tower. Warata had always trusted the wisdom of his daughter. See, there's a picture of her beautiful pagoda. And they said that it was over 30 feet high. And what's that flying above it? Can you see? Yeah, it's a bird with a flower in its mouth. Suddenly, something told him he had been wrong this time. Pin continued, "This is a part of my plan that I hoped I would never have to tell you, but your ministers have not paid any attention either to you or to me. Now there is no other way. Give me a red silk dress. Red will be for the blood of the soldiers who will be saved. Then put me in the pagoda. I will stay there until I die." Horata objected to Pin's words, but she would not listen to him. He did not want to lose his only daughter, yet there was only one answer to Pin's question. "Is it better, father, for one person to die or for many to die?" And so at last he agreed. When the 4 ministers arrived at Songkhorn, they were surprised to find Horata waiting for them. He spoke to them quietly and sadly. "Each of you is hoping at that moment that he will be the man who will marry Pin, but it is my duty to tell you that none of you will ever marry her. No man will ever marry Pin, for she is dead. Do you see that pagoda? Pin built it in honor of the Buddha. She hoped it would convince you not to fight, but you were determined to fight under any circumstances. When Pin knew that she locked herself inside the pagoda, by this time she is dead. She died so that you would not do any evil." The 4 ministers, however, would not believe Horata. They thought, "If Pin is really in the pagoda, she is alive. This is a trick." So Horata took them to the pagoda and had the door opened. On the floor of the pagoda lay the body of Pin, and as soon as they had seen this, the ministers sent their armies home. Then they came to Horata. "What can we do to make up for this, our prince?" "There is little you can do now," Horata replied. "Perhaps if you wish to show your loyalty to me, and if you have learned something from this, when you return to your homes you will obey my commands and disband your armies." Although Horata was too sad to speak for several months, he knew that Pin had saved Songkhorn from his 4 foolish ministers. In memory of her, he renamed the town Pin, and that is the name of this town to this very day. The town of Pin is no longer the center of the province. Princes and ministers no longer walk the streets. But in the center of the town, the pagoda built by Pin still stands. It is surrounded by a pond filled with lotuses. Every year in July, at the beginning of the period of penitence for Buddhists, the people of the province of Udorn travel to the town of Pin for a festival in honor of the brave, peace-loving, and unselfish girl. Very deep story. Did you get a chance to look at the lotus leaves? See them floating in the water down there? It can be a scary thought when there's war afoot. And even scarier when you don't think that there's any way to stop it. But this one girl made a big sacrifice for herself to save 4 different sectors of people. Sometimes we gotta make big sacrifices to see big change. I know that just as well as anyone these days. There's been a lot that we've had to do to change the way that things are going in real life now. Maybe there's some things that you're having to sacrifice. Maybe going really far outside, away from home. Being able to go to school. Being able to go to the mall. Just so you could stay safe. But trust me, even though it seems hard, every day you're getting stronger and you're growing wiser up here. Your mind and your brain are getting stronger. And not only you, but other people will remember this for a very long time. When you grow up and make bigger decisions, it will reflect this smartness that you've got in your heart right now. Alright, Crit fans, I will see you on Friday. I hope you enjoyed today's episode. Stay safe, stay clean, and be happy. Bye!